It's 8 minutes past 5. This is BBC Three Counties Radio. Now, today in Luton, Army-style training is taking place for 19 to 29-year-olds who are at risk of getting involved with gang culture. Reactivate is an organisation which aims to transform the lives of others by encouraging social inclusion and engagement. Now, our reporter went down to the TA Reserve Centre to speak to some of those who are involved in the course.
My name's Dane Jerome. I'm 19 and I've come on this Reactivate course to change my life.
Why did you feel your life needed changing? What was it that triggered that need for change?
I was related with a lot of bad activities around wrong people. And I saw Luton, moving to Luton as a fresh start, away from everybody that I knew and all the problems, all the trouble.
And what would you say to anyone listening who feels that they need to belong to a gang, they feel they need to be part of that lifestyle?
I say, just know who your friends are and what friends are going to bring you down, and just be wise about what you're doing, making the right decisions and focus on you.
My name is Mani Hassan. I'm 26 and I'm from London.
And why did you join the course?
Joined the course to change my life as well, because I was doing a lot of bad activity myself, as in gangs, wars, done all the stupidness, and it's not really worth it. You get me, being in jail for it, you know. All I'm saying to young kids these days, keep out of trouble, and to be in a gang is not really worth it. You get me, to a certain extent. It might toughen you up, but it's not the way of life. You know what I'm trying to say? They're all getting caught up on these wars, and it's not really important. The postcode, you get me, because you don't own the street at the end of the day. You get me, so it's better just succeeding in life and having a career out of it. You know.
And this is an opportunity to change your life.
Yeah. So this is this. I reactivated, changed my life, and saw things in a different way. It kind of made me a better person in a way, but I thought I wouldn't change in that way, but now I can see a better side of me, and I'm doing better, you get me, I'm thinking positive. Before I was thinking a lot of negative, but I got help for the college, the teachers, you get me, like Michelle, Conroe, you get me, so they give me a lot of advice, and it's done a lot for me.
My name is Elliot Boucher, and I'm 26, and I joined the course because I thought I would have a more positive outlook on things.
And what was it? Do you remember a point where you thought, I need to change my life, I need to do something with my life? When was that?
I think it was obviously when my son was born. So basically that matured me a little bit and made me think a bit wiser about things, or my actions, or what I've got to do.
And what do you think this course is doing for you and the others here?
I think it is building a better us, your self-talk, it builds a better you, my self-talk builds a better me. That's one of the slogans that Michelle taught us.
Neil Bradford reporting, and the name Michelle kept cropping up, and that Michelle is Michelle Crook, who joins me now. Michelle, very good evening to you.
Hi Roberto.
Welcome to the programme. Look, listen to those young men speak. It's clear just how much you've influenced and changed their lives. How does that make you feel?
I'm just over the moon. To see the transformation in these young guys from when they started the course to where they're at now is just radical, and I just love them. I absolutely just love spending my time with them.
Listen, Michelle, they were saying the right things. Have they genuinely changed? Have they genuinely seen that there's a better way of living their lives?
100%. From where they were at when they started the course to where they're at now, they're hungry. They want to change. They've now been given the tools and the skill set to be able to make that change and realise that they are just as good as anyone else.
Interesting you say that, because it is that social exclusion which sometimes, I know some people don't want to accept the fact that we have problems in society. They'd rather turn their back, but unless we deal with them, these people just carry on falling deeper into the trap, and it gets worse, not better.
It does, I agree with that, and I think, we need to instill self-belief and self-confidence and give these young people who perhaps who've labelled themselves or have perhaps been put into a box themselves or by others as a fate, as someone who's not going to achieve anything, and that then affects the way they perform going forward, and my job is to change that.
So what sort of activities do they get involved in whilst on the programme?
On the programme we do stuff that looks at challenging and changing their beliefs, their perceptions and their mindset. Their past and present doesn't equal. We look at reprogramming their mind, because we're conditioned to behave in certain ways. whether that's from parents, from our peers, the people we hang around with. We behave in a certain way, and my job is to try and transform their patterns, their old patterns of behaviour, and kind of re-educate them into a new way of thinking. Reactivate is partnered with Connemore, which is the military aspect of the programme. So we do problem-solving command tasks, which involve problem-solving, teamwork, cooperation, communication, all of the skills that employers are looking for.
Okay, well, the people we've heard there on that particular interview, clearly they hold you in high regard, which is wonderful. What do you hope they will achieve at the end of all this? I mean, and this transformation in their lives, what do you hope for these guys?
I hope that they will now go on, they now know what they want in their lives, and I hope that they now go on to achieve and fulfil their dreams and their goals. They have the ability, they have the potential, and, they need to go and realise that and realise their dreams and goals. So ultimately, if that's employment, if that's self-employment, if that's education, but that they re-engage in something that moves them positively forward in their lives.
Okay, well, whatever it is you're doing, keep on doing it, and for goodness sake, don't stop, because it seems to have an effect on these characters.
Oh, thank you. I absolutely love my job.
Sounds like it. Michelle, thank you. Michelle Crook.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
It works, and what a great lady. I mean, she's doing something, and those guys, those young men aged 19 and 29 who've been taking part in this army-style training in Luton, they're turning their lives around. Just fantastic work.